Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. And if this is your first time here, you're welcome to Start by Taiwo. And in this video, we'll be learning how to make this beautiful blouse. So if this is what you would like to learn, do want to continue watching. And also please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and also drop a beautiful comment. So I just want to state that for this blouse, you'll be needing about 1 yard or 1.5 yard of fabric. It depends on your body size, and you also need black crepe and also lining. So right here, I've gone ahead to draft out my vertical measurement. So for the vertical measurement, I went ahead to draft out my chest line, my bust point, my under bust measurement, and my front half length. And for my half length, I came down by 8 inches. And for my hip line, I also came down by 4 inches for my full length. So right now, the next thing I want to go ahead to do now is to go ahead to mark out my neck measurement. And for my neck width, I'll be using 3 inches. And after marking 3 inches for my neck width, I also want to go ahead to mark out my shoulder length of 7.5, which from there I'll be coming down by 1 inch, and I'll go ahead to use that for my shoulder slant. And down here I came down by 7 inches, which is going to be for my chest line measurement, and I went ahead to mark out my bust round divided by 4. So on this straight line, I got the midpoint and came in by 3/4 inch, and also going ahead to use my curve pattern ruler to connect it to get my armhole measurement. So now the next thing I want to go ahead to do is to go ahead to mark out my nipple to nipple measurement, and I'll go ahead to mark that on my half length, my bust point, and I'm going to go ahead to mark that across down. And after marking out, next thing I'm doing now is to use my straight ruler to connect everything together. So after connecting these lines together, we want to go ahead to take our dart intake. So for my dart intake, I'll be using 3/4 inch for mine, or you might also want to go ahead to use 4 inch for your own. So after taking my dart intake, I'm going to go ahead to use my straight ruler to connect this, and also I'll be coming down by 5 inches here, and also use that to close my dart legs. So the next thing I want to go ahead to do is to get the midpoint of my shoulder slant, and after getting that midpoint, I'll be connecting that to my bust point measurement. And after this, now I want to go ahead to mark out our round measurement. So on my half length, I want to go ahead to mark out my waist round divided by 4, and also add extra my dart intake to it, and which I have 1 inch to it, which I'm gonna ahead to connect to my chest line. And also on my hip line, I want to go ahead to mark out my hip round measurement divided by 4, and I'm going ahead to connect from my half length down to my full length. So after this, the next thing I'll be proceeding to do now is my under bust tightening, and I'll be going in by half inch, and I'll be coming out by 1/4 inch. And after that, I'll use my curved pattern ruler to connect it and on both sides. So after connecting, I just wanted to place my pattern ruler well. So after connecting on both sides, I also want to go ahead to close it up to my half length. And the next thing I want to do now is on my side, I want to go ahead to take my side dart, and for my side dart, I'll be taking 1 inch for my side dart, and I'll be connecting it to my bust point. So the next thing I want to do now is to go ahead to do my over bust tightening, and I'm going to go ahead to do 1 inch on both sides, and after which I'm going to go ahead to connect it. So for the over bust tightening, you might want to do half inch on both sides, or you might want to do 3/4 inch on both sides. So now after connecting, what you want to do now is on your chest line, you want to go ahead to return whatever you had here, so that it will not make your this thing to be too tight. So for me, I'll be doing 1.5 inch. I'll be returning 1.5 inches. I do not want to return the full 2 inches which I took out. And after which, I want to go ahead to connect to my half length and also extend my side dart measurement. So from my full length, I'm coming up by 2 inches, and which I'm going to go ahead to connect it down. So if you want yours to be straight, your hem to be straight, you might want to ignore this, but I just wanted mine to be curved, so that was why I decided to come up by 2 inches. And at this point, I'm done with the front, and the next thing I want to go ahead to do is to move on to the back. So I'll be extending my chest line to for my back measurement, and I'll also go ahead to extend my bust point. So after extending these two lines, I want to go ahead also to mark out my back half length, and my back half length is 1 inch shorter than my front half length. So from this back half length, I'm going ahead to come down by 8 inches, which is what I'm going to be using for my hip line measurement. So after marking this out, I also want to use my straight ruler to connect it and also connect the hip line measurement. So from this hip line, remember we also did 4 inches from the front, from our hip line for the front, and which is the same thing I'll be doing for my back full length. So after connecting this line, I'm going to go ahead to use my straight ruler to connect it. So I'm just going to go ahead to proceed to mark out what I have for the half length and all of that. Then after which we want to go ahead to proceed to drafting. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to go ahead to mark out my dart intake. And for that same dart intake which I took for the front, which is 4 inches, is what I'm going to go ahead to take for my dart intake. And I'll be marking this on my bust point, and I'll just want to go ahead to mark it round and also use my straight ruler to connect it. After this, the next thing I'm going to do now is to go ahead to go by half inch for my dart on both sides, and after which I also want to go ahead to measure what I did for the front, my dart leg. So I went ahead to measure. I had 5 inches, which I'm going to also go ahead to return it for my back. So after marking my dart intake, I'll just get my pattern ruler and go ahead to connect it, which I've done here. So my camera was off when I did this, so I did my neck width and my shoulder slam, which is the same thing which we actually did for the front, is what we have here. I came in there by half inch, which I've used my pattern ruler to connect, and I'm also for my armhole I also went ahead to mark out my bust round divided by 4, whatever measurement I had, I marked it there. And also for my back waist round, I went ahead to divide my waist by 4, whatever I had, I went ahead to return it. On my hip line, the same hip width we used for the front is what I'm returning for my back, and I'm also going ahead to extend it down just as we did for the front. I just want to state that I didn't use my exact hip measurement, I just added about half inch to my hip measurement. So for the back, this is what I have. So like we did for the front, we came in by 2 inches. I also went ahead to come up by 2 inch on the hem. I'm extending up here because I want to do back tightening, which I'm going to go ahead to mark half inch on both sides and just go ahead to connect it this way. So right here, I'll say we are done with the back, and the next thing we want to proceed to do is to just go ahead to cut out. So now I'm done with cutting, and I've gone ahead to cut out to fabric, and this is what I have for my side back. I went ahead to add half inch round, and for the side I went ahead to add about 1.5 inch for sewing allowance. And this is my center back. I went ahead to cut it on fold, and I added half inch round, and this is for my center front. So for the center front, I added half inch round, and for this point where the button is going to be, I went ahead to add about 1.5 inch for my button allowance. So I would just want to measure to show what I added. I added about 1.5 inch, and this is the part where our button is going to be, and it's going to be overlapped just as it is here. And the next part is our side front. So for my side front, I added about half inch round, and for the side I also went ahead to add about 1.5 inches. So that is that. So the next thing I want to proceed to do now is to go ahead to cut out my lining. Same thing that I've done for the main fabric, and I went ahead to iron clothes gum just on this part of the button. I also went ahead to cut out the lining. So this is just for the front part, and I want to go ahead to sew. So I just want to go ahead to place it just this way, same for fabric and same for lining, and go ahead to sew by half inch on both sides. And this is for my back. I've also gone ahead to cut out for the lining, and this is what it looks like. And I also want to go ahead to show. So the next thing I would just want to do now is to go ahead to sew the sides of our back. So I'm going to go ahead to lay it this way and go ahead to sew by half inch, and I'll be repeating this for the second part of it. So I have it, and you also want to go ahead to do this also for the lining. So right here, I'm done sewing as I explained, and next thing I want to do now is to go ahead to measure this top part, and I just want to go ahead to stop here. And what I have is 10 inches, and I want to go ahead to draft out the facing for the front and the black design that was at the front. So I want to go ahead to draft, to just like use my pattern ruler to draw out my starting line. So for this point, I'm going to go ahead to measure up. So I don't know, for because of this is going to be slanted, so I'll be using about 3.5 inches for this part, and I'm going to go ahead to measure 10 inches, which is what I measured. I just did 10.5, and I measured 3.5 here, and also down here I want to go ahead to measure 3 inches and also use my straight ruler to connect. and also just go ahead to slant it. So after slanting, I just felt like it would be good to make it 4 inches, which is what I did, so that my slant effect can be very visible. So I've gone ahead to draw that out, and I just want to go ahead to cut it out. So when cutting, I do well to cut out for both sides, because this is going to be on both sides of the cloth. So right here, I've gone ahead to come to my crepe fabric, and next thing I'll do is now to get my second piece of my crepe fabric, which I've cut out without a cloth gum, and I also want to go ahead to sew this side, which I have gone ahead to show. I'm not going to be sewing the upper part. So after sewing around, you just want to go ahead to turn over and iron, so which is what I have done here. And I've also gone ahead to sew my sleeve. So you just want to go ahead to place it this way. See this part that's facing the side, the longer part should be facing the side and the shorter part should be facing the mid front. So I'm gonna ahead to place it, and again this is my what I'll be using for the sleeve. So I have 14 inches for that, and I want to go ahead to place that part also in. So you want to go ahead to stitch this in here by ½ inch. I'm going to my sewing machine to do this, and I'll be repeating this for both sides. So right here, I've gone ahead to do that, and I'm going to bring my lining to sew to it. So I just want to say that this sleeveless, I didn't use it again because I will use my lining to turn it over. So I want to go ahead to sew my lining on the hem, and I just want to state again that the lining should be 1 inch shorter than your actual fabric length. So I just want to go ahead to sew that, and I've gone ahead to do that, and I also went ahead to press after sewing. So this is what I have. So I brought up the length up to meet up with the actual fabric length, and that was when I ironed that. The next thing I want to do now is to go ahead to close this over. So I'm going to go ahead to sew the side, both sides, and go ahead to close up. And at this point, you want to go ahead to bring in this small hand that we have here. So you want to go ahead to do that, and also I'm going ahead to do that, and I want to go ahead to open this up, sorry, to open this up here so that I can be able to turn over. So this new process you are doing for this side is what you're going to be doing for the other side of the blouse. So when I'm done opening it up, I'll just want to go ahead to turn over, and after turning over, I'll do well to press. So you just want to go ahead to repeat the same process for both sides. So I just went ahead to turn over, and this is what I have on this sleeve. So just do well to repeat this for both sides, and when you turn over, do well to also press well. So the next one to do is to move to the back. So this is our back, and next thing I want to do now is to go ahead to measure what I have here, which is what I have done, and which is going to serve as the length for this. And then you'll be getting a black piece that you want to use to turn over, and you're going to go ahead to iron one part of it. So right here, this is what I have. I've gone ahead to sew on both sides, not just sew on both sides. I went ahead to turn over. So now this is what I have. You might want to go ahead to sew by ½ inch, but I would like to get my lining first. So for this lining, you want to go ahead to do the same thing which we did for the front, like when we were doing the hair, because for the back half length is actually also shorter than the actual, it's also 1 inch shorter than the actual fabric. So after sewing the hem, what we want to do is to go ahead to sew around, and when sewing around, you see this that part, you're going to leave there about ½ inch, because I'm going to be putting in the sleeve there. So this is the part I left for turning over on the side, and I just want to go ahead to turn over right now. So right now, after turning over, I want to go ahead to iron it. So now next thing I want to do is to bring my front piece and my back piece, and I want to join them together by joining the sleeve. So if you could remember, I said you should leave that part open. So you just want to go ahead to input the sleeve there by ½ inch and go ahead to top stitch, and you'll be repeating the same process for the other side. So it's fine if you didn't do this. You might just want to go ahead to get a seam ripper to open that up so that you could input that in and stop stitch it. And after doing that, next thing you will do now is to go ahead to join both sides together by go ahead to measure it and join both sides. But for me, I'll be sewing by 1 inch in, and after sewing, you go ahead to do your buttonhole, fix your button, and the blouse is ready. So at this point, we have gotten to the end of the blouse.